General Hospital will reveal exciting developments on Wednesday, February 6, 2025. First, the atmosphere in the Davis family becomes heavier than ever after Sam's death. None of them can accept the hospital and police's conclusion that this was just a medical accident. There are too many unusual details in the report, the explanations are too vague, and it seems like they are orchestrated to quickly close the case. Alexis cannot shake the feeling that something is being hidden, and her daughters share the same suspicion. They cannot let grief cloud their judgment, they must find the truth, even if it means confronting a dangerous force. While searching for clues, Liz happens to notice a terrifying coincidence when reviewing Sam's medical records. A drug called Digitalis appears in the treatment list, but the strange thing is that Sam had no history of heart-related issues that would require it. Digitalis can be beneficial when used correctly, but if abused or intentionally overdosed, it can cause heart failure, arrhythmia, and lead to death quietly without leaving clear signs. The presence of Digitalis in Sam's records is not a random coincidence. Liz immediately contacts Lucky to verify other cases at the hospital, and they quickly discover that Sam was not the only victim. In the past 3 months, at least 4 other patients have died with similar symptoms. All were concluded to have died of natural causes or medical complications, but there is one common factor: Digitalis appears in their records without a clear prescription from the treating doctor. Upon cross-referencing the data, Lucky realizes that all the victims were individuals without family or relatives who could question their deaths, making it easier for the truth to be concealed. But with Sam, the person behind this conspiracy made a big mistake because she was not alone. Her family is not the type to accept a vague explanation without getting to the bottom of it. They begin narrowing down the list of people who might be behind this. Anyone who has access to the medical records or who could prescribe Digitalis without suspicion could be the mastermind or an accomplice. Upon reviewing the data again, they find that there were some alterations in Sam's records after her death, which further strengthens their suspicion that someone is trying to cover up the truth. All signs point to a small group of hospital staff, including a doctor with enough power to manipulate the system without being detected. The deeper they dig, the more they realize the danger lurking. Some important files regarding the recently deceased patients are mysteriously deleted from the system. Liz feels like someone is watching her when she leaves work at night. Alexis receives an anonymous call warning her to stop if she doesn't want trouble. Christina discovers that someone attempted to break into her car while it was parked outside her house. All signs indicate that the person behind this knows someone is investigating, and he will not hesitate to do whatever it takes to protect his secret. But that doesn't stop them. Lucky and Liz continue searching for evidence in the hospital, trying to gather everything they can before it gets completely erased. Alexis uses her connections to put pressure on the hospital, forcing them to be more transparent in their internal investigation process. Christina and Molly reach out to the families of other patients to collect more testimonies and look for commonalities between the victims. Things begin to clear up when they find a chain of strange events happening in the hospital before each death. Records were altered, prescriptions were changed, and most importantly, all the deceased patients had been treated by the same group of healthcare workers. They know they are getting closer to the truth, but they also understand that the closer they get, the greater the danger. The murderer is not a random person but could be part of a larger conspiracy, someone with enough power to manipulate everything without being detected. No one knows what his next move will be, but one thing is certain: they will not stop. The truth about Sam's death must be uncovered, no matter what threats they face. Second, Sasha feels incredibly tired and frustrated as she constantly faces doubts and questions about her pregnancy. She has endured enough scrutiny, rumors, and even covert accusations from those around her. Things become even more tense when Cody reveals that Jason might be the father of the child. This not only complicates her life but also puts her in a dangerous situation she cannot control. Since discovering her pregnancy, Sasha has resolved to protect her child at all costs. She understands that there are forces willing to exploit or harm the baby if the identity of the father is exposed. The information Cody provides raises a lot of questions from those around her and puts both her and the baby in potential danger. Jason is a name tied to a complex past, with enemies who might not hesitate to act if they see the child as a threat or a bargaining chip. Anger boils inside Sasha as she realizes that no one will leave her in peace. Those around her continue to question, continue to interfere in her private life, while all she wants is to keep the baby's secret and protect it in the safest way possible. She cannot explain, cannot justify, and doesn't want to. Every word now could lead to greater risks. She would rather have people think she doesn't care or doesn't want to be involved with the baby than reveal information that could endanger it. Fear and helplessness surround her every day, but Sasha knows she has no other choice but to continue hiding the truth. She has to bear everything on her own, finding a way to navigate this dangerous situation without anyone knowing what is really going on. At times, she wonders how long she can keep this up, whether one day the secret she is trying to protect will be exposed, and when that happens, what consequences she will face. But right now, she has only one goal: to protect the baby inside her at all costs, even if it means sacrificing anything. Third, Willow has been struggling internally for a long time, trying to hold her small family together amidst constant turmoil. But when Michael leaves for Germany for treatment, Carly begins to express intentions to fight for custody of Amelia and Wiley, which makes Willow feel cornered. The situation becomes increasingly difficult as she faces pressure from both Carly and those around her. She realizes that no matter how hard she tries, she cannot escape the shadow of the Corinthos family, a family that always wants to control everything their way. The months of living in turmoil have drained her spirit, and then, in a decision no one could foresee, Willow chooses to give up everything. She relinquishes custody of Amelia and Wiley, accepting to walk away from the two children she loves to start a new life. Washington becomes her destination, where she can leave the past behind to seek a different future with Drew. This is not just a geographical decision but a complete change in who she is. No longer the strong mother fighting for her children, no longer the wife always standing behind Michael, she now chooses to be a woman yearning for a new life with another man. Willow's departure not only shocks those around her but also raises countless questions about her true motives. Did she truly love Drew, or was this just a way to escape the pressure? Could she be happy giving up her children and allowing Carly full control of Amelia and Wiley's lives? Was she willing to abandon what once mattered most to her just to pursue a relationship with Drew, someone who once left her to chase his own goals? No one could imagine that Willow would make such a decision, but for her, this is the only way to regain control over her life. She doesn't want to be stuck in the power struggle between Carly or have to constantly fight to keep what should belong to her. Washington is her opportunity to escape everything, to start fresh, even if the price is something no one could ever imagine. Finally, Carly absolutely refuses to listen to what Lucas is trying to explain about Michael's health. She doesn't care about the complex medical details of her son's heart attack or the potential causes, or even the series of mysterious deaths related to Digitalis at the hospital. For her, the most important thing right now is not the warnings or analyses from Lucas, but controlling the situation in the way she sees fit. Michael is facing a major crisis, and she will not accept anyone, including Lucas, interfering with her family's matters or offering opinions that might undermine the control she is trying to maintain. Lucas's interference not only annoys Carly but also makes her feel like he is intentionally placing himself at the center of every problem. From Michael's health to the custody of Wiley and Amelia, Lucas seems to have gone too far. Carly has always considered this to be her business, Michael's business, and now Willow's, not Lucas's. She cannot accept him meddling in the important decisions regarding her family. When Lucas mentions that Digitalis may be related to the deaths at the hospital, Carly feels that it means nothing to her right now. She just sees someone trying to drag her into stories she doesn't have time to care about. Carly also cannot hide her anger as she feels that Lucas has influenced too much in the marriage between Michael and Willow. Even if Michael is absent, even if Willow has her reasons for feeling pressure, Carly still believes that family must come first. She cannot understand why Lucas thinks he has the right to decide or offer advice that she considers unnecessary. She sees his presence in this as an invasion, an unwanted interference in a marriage that is already complicated enough. Carly has endured enough trouble around Willow and Michael, and she will not let Lucas make things even more chaotic. In Carly's eyes, everything must be controlled her way. Michael will recover, Willow will make the right choice, and custody of the children will go to the person best capable of protecting Wiley and Amelia. She doesn't need warnings, analyses, or advice from Lucas. What she needs is for everything to go according to her plan, without anyone intervening or disrupting the order she is trying to maintain.